Now, traffic on the N3 towards Gauteng is slowly picking up. Volumes are expected to swell even further as people return from holiday destinations. Let's check in with the N3 toll consensus, Thania Dhoogra. Thank you so much for your time, Thania. We do appreciate it. I'm sure the roads are looking rather packed, especially with this weather. Maybe just tell us how the N3 is looking like.
Good afternoon, Heidi. Well, the N3 has been pretty busy for most of the day today. We had volumes just under 1,400 vehicles an hour heading northbound back towards Gauteng. It's pretty much in line with what we've been expecting and what we're forecasting, although we are expecting that it is going to be much busier from tomorrow until Tuesday. The weather is definitely playing a part, making for difficult driving conditions on the route because it's misty and overcast in places, and there are other sections that are experiencing rain, and that obviously does make for slightly more difficult driving conditions.
So are we seeing more people coming back instead of leaving Gauteng? I'm sure that's quite an obvious answer, but I'm just curious to know people's holiday moves.
At this point, yes, the flow of traffic does seem to be geared more towards Johannesburg or to Gauteng. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything of concern that has happened on the N3 so far? Any major accidents that have been reported?
No, fortunately, the entire route is open. There's nothing disrupting the flow of traffic at all today. So we're very, very happy about that. And just encouraging our road users to please continue to drive responsibly and share the road responsibly and continue to obey and adhere to all the rules so that we can make sure everyone gets home safely and can celebrate the new year.
Yeah, every time I hear the N3, I always have panic. I always get overwhelmed by panic because there's always just so many accidents, tragic accidents on the N3. And the weather's obviously not playing ball because it's raining and, as you mentioned, misty. So it's obviously important for everybody to just adhere to the rules of the road and to drive carefully. I mean, what's the saying? Arrive alive. It's better to arrive alive than not arrive at all.
Absolutely. And I mean, especially, inclement weather does place additional pressure on drivers. You've got to be a lot more focused and alert. You've got to make sure that you reduce your speed limit because most people don't really know how to drive in wet weather conditions. The road surface may be extra slippery. And then in addition to that, you've got to increase your following distances and always make sure that you keep your headlights on so that you're visible to other road users.
And just lastly, Thania, when can we expect there to be a peak in holidaymakers making their way back, possibly only after New Year's?
Well, our upcoming peak that we're forecasting is from tomorrow until Tuesday, and then we'll probably see some traffic again just before schools open, so probably the weekend thereafter. I do obviously need to sensitize road users that with the significant increased volumes that we are expecting, especially this weekend, it might be necessary for traffic calming measures to be implemented at strategic locations, one of which is Van Riemen's Pass. And that basically means just curtailing the number of vehicles that are traveling northbound at the pass at any point in time. That decision will be taken by the Road Traffic Inspectorate, but we will obviously rely on our road users to please be patient and courteous at that time because it might result in slight delays.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it this evening, and just rather take it slow instead of speeding and being in a rush to get to your destination. Be safe out there on the roads. That is the N3 toll consensus, Thania Dhoogra.